Hi everyone. I'm delighted to tell you that tonight I've got The Rising with me. Hi guys.
Hi,
Hi,
Hello. How are you both?
I'm doing fairly well actually. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. So it's Chantel and Chris that are with me tonight. Just going to have a bit of a chat about your upcoming tour and all the exciting plans you've got going on.
Awesome.
Fab. So the tour starts next week. Is that right? And do you want to tell us where you're heading?
yeah, it's all very exciting. We're starting on Monday, the 18th, in Glasgow, and then basically from there, the whole week we're up and down the UK. So we've got Glasgow Monday, Tuesday Manchester, Wednesday Bristol, and Thursday London. So pretty packed week.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy few days, isn't it? And you've got some supporting people on the road with you as well.
Uh, yeah, we have some very talented people like in Glasgow. We've got Louise Connell, Riley, and John Rush. They were all really excited to play with us. And Manchester, we have Demi Mariner, Kira Mack, and Emily Lockett. And in Bristol, we have Danny Mahon and Kelsey Bovary. And actually, Danny McMahon has been really kind in helping us actually get some BBC radio stuff over in Bristol, so that's been amazing. And in London, we have the amazing Remember Monday, who've just appeared on The Voice, so they're incredible. We have Emma Murray, yeah, and Hannah Paris. They're all amazing. They're all great.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
girl
women in
power. Yeah.
country. Yes, we're all.
Fantastic. It's going to be a hectic few days for you, but oh wow, what an amazing a week it will be. So that's great. Just want to have a chat to you about your new album, really. And I've listened to it, and it's been going really well from what I can gather. And it's called Moving On, and I guess that's what the band's kind of been doing. It's really evolved the last few years, and I just wonder what songs mean the most to you on that album.
Yeah, I think that's different for every member, really. Yeah, say from the first album, a lot of things have changed. So yeah, that we really wanted to call this album "Moving On" from the start, and then that sort of informed the material that we were writing. So yeah, so I think for me, my favorite song would probably be "Rebound," just because it has a big guitar solo in it. I'm biased that way.
The guitar solo that not all of us in the band really enjoy, but it's okay. Uh, No, for me it was a different experience totally because I came into the band. This is my, you know, it was a real male dominant band. It still is, but it was like no female input had happened whatsoever. And then when I came in and I started writing with Chris, I started writing with Chris as a solo act. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I started writing with him 2015 on my own, and he devised a way that made the songs fit the actual Rising the band persona. And when I started writing, actually the song I actually wrote first was like Even the Stars Fall for You, which is the current single. And it was the first time for me as a songwriter that I actually found a way to write songs without having to write lyrics first. It was going by a melody line, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. One of the first songs we ever wrote together, I think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah,
So that holds a good place in my heart. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's like two of my favourites of yours. I really like Yellow House and Reasonable as well. I think they're both, yeah, amazing. But yeah, Rebounds, a very strong single, and so is Even the Stars Fall for You. So yeah, it's like cracking songs.
Yeah,
Um,
well, there's a bit of a story attached as well. It was actually written by we had a pledge campaign, and Reasonable was actually written by one of the pledgers.
yeah, we just put melody to it and rocked it up, and it's on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow, that's fantastic. That's amazing. And you started to tell me about the songwriting process. So do you generally write together? Is that how the sort of process is, or do you write separately and then come together with ideas?
It's a bit of both, I think.
Yeah, I think with this album anyway, I came to Chris with, as I said, I was a solo act, so I came to Chris with loads of ideas of songs lyrically, no idea what to do with them melodically, and I came to him with all these ideas, and he sat down, he did his thing, then called me in towards the end of the when I was now a part of the band. He called me in and we wrote together, and I think since then all the newer songs we've been writing, hint hint, have been strictly together, I think.
Yeah,
Mostly.
yeah. It was previously, it was like bring stuff in,
Yeah.
And see what works.
Yeah, well, he's the melodic genius, and I'm mostly lyrics, so we have a good dynamic.
Sounds like a great combination, though. And both of you, and I guess Brian as well, play a lot of different instruments as well. You're very talented in different ways. And just want to tell us a little bit about that and how that sort of influences the music.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play a bit of guitar, like 4 chords. So that's normally how I start off.
It's one more than you need. As I said.
So I can play a bit of guitar, and I sing I'm mostly a singer, obviously. Brian, I think, is just bass.
Yeah, yeah.
And Chris is everything else, literally everything else.
Yeah. Like jack of all trades, master of none, really,
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you like come on, tell her what you play.
Yeah, we'll say I'm really coming from a sort of a music point of view in terms of, I was doing film scores and that kind of jazz, so I sort of had to learn different instruments, a bit of everything, because I didn't know what I was going to be composing to. So that sort of got me learning a lot of different things. So it helps with songwriting because you're actually thinking what would each part be doing, and you're sort of thinking in a production sense as well. So it really helps, So for me, anything with strings on it would be my thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think we all kind of dabble. Like we actually dabbled quite a lot. Like the band was strictly like guitars and bass. It really was before I came in, and then I went, here, let's add in a synth, let's do that, and it was all like we all.
That's great though, and it sounds really amazing, the combination that you've got on there. And I was just wondering, like with the changes and sort of stuff, and I guess you're not wanting to be tied to a particular genre, are you? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's an awful lot made of that, the whole is what's country, what's not country. But I think as musicians, especially younger musicians, we're not only listening to one type of music, we also like the radio, the top 40, and we're also listening to everything from classical music all the way
rock
through.
And
so it's only natural that would want certain sounds in, but country is where our heart lies in terms of. My dad was a country singer, and I was brought up listening to country music from, Hank Williams upwards. And
my mum was a line dance teacher, so I grew up listening to all the traditional country songs that would be.
You went to a Garth Brooks concert before you were born?
My mum was 9 months pregnant and took me to a Garth Brooks concert. So I was rocking out to Garth Brooks before I was even born.
So, wow, that's a claim, isn't it? Amazing.
Yeah, so it's kind of written in our DNA, that it comes naturally to us. The lyrics are vitally important in what we do. And that's for me, that's what country is, and that's what separates it from pop.
Yeah.
Because pop is largely the sound and how it works, and
the production,
the melody, and whereas country still has that, the lyrics are very important, and that's what we try to do.
Yeah, we like to brand ourselves as a contemporary country, and we're kind of pushing the boundaries a wee bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. And I think from having chatted briefly to you before, just about your sort of striving for that independence, and you're producing your own music and really sort of setting your own path, which is fantastic as well.
Yeah, well, I think that's whenever we started out as a band, of course we were using other recording studios, but I was doing a degree at the time, and my degree was in sound engineering and physics and all that kind of stuff. So, it was only natural that I would move into that. And it's certainly from a creative process, it allows us to be freer in terms of we're not in a studio watching the clock, knowing that each time the clock passes, it's another 20, 40, 50 quid, so it makes you freer. You're allowed to take the songs apart and really get into it,
Yeah, and but it kind of has a drawback on you as well. I think, especially for Chris, because not like the rest of us, we know how to record. He's taught us how to do all that, but the mixing and all that time that goes into mixing, and Chris is doing that all on his own, and he's so into the music, involved in the music, and it's kind of always there. It's kind of good when he sends it off to someone different because they have their own ears. But that would be the only drawback, I think, of recording your music.
Yeah, it's good to get a different set of ears on it. Plus, but it also makes you freer as artists, you
have more creative control over what you can put
in. We've certainly been around certain labels in our time, and you are pushed to do a certain thing by certain people within a label. So by being independent, you're very much able to control your own destiny. So I think that's vitally important to what we do.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's showing and things are going so well for you. So tell us about this year. What's next?
Well, obviously the tour is the big one, and then we're playing Belfast. Actually, we're playing our hometown, which is pretty exciting.
It's the first time in a long time.
It's been like 2 years since we played Belfast.
Yeah, we're mainly focused over elsewhere.
I think. Well, I don't think. I know we've been writing some songs and building them up. There's not a lot I can say without spilling a load of beans, but might be a release coming in the next few months.
Obviously, we're still pushing the album as a thing. There's a lot of singles coming up from the album, but we also have. We just want to, because today, you're saying about the independent route. I think it's important for artists today to continually release music, to always be out there and have fresh stuff coming all the time. So I think because this album took so long for us due to various reasons, we have stockpiled quite a lot of material. So I think we want to share that as much as we can.
And the final thing with this album would be releasing the title track of the album, Moving On, as our next single.
Yeah.
So
especially an upbeat song.
We've been very sad so far, but
so tell us about Moving On. It's upbeat, and you're sort of heading off in your new direction. Then I take it.
Yeah, kind of showing everyone that we've been through this whole journey. Like, that whole album is basically a journey of 2 years of us all being together. All our stories, they're all honest, they're all raw, pretty much. They're all stuff we've been through and all the rest of it. So by releasing the 2 singles, the 2 slow ballads, that was obviously what we were feeling at the time, and now Moving On is basically kicking us up the ass and going, we're ready. Let's get out there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so excited to hear more from you guys, and best of luck with your tour. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for speaking to me tonight, and I hope you have a great tour next week.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to put all the dates and the information to your website on the blog as well for everyone to see. So we'll catch up later in the year and keep following your progress, and let us know how you get on.
We sure will.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.